Hello again. We're going to go over a lot of things fairly quickly. Let's start first with the issue of your public speaker critique. The instructions were a minimum of 300 350 words, typed, double-spaced, etc., etc. Again, a member of this class did not read the directions and submitted a single-spaced uh, paper. And the only reason I bring this up is because we're having the same problem in some of your discussion board postings where you fail to read the directions. And sometimes the directions say you need to do X and then Y, and some of you just do X and you're losing points. And we'll talk about points in this class in just a second. You needed to we'll try this again. Pick a speaker who was making some kind of a public presentation. You needed to be there in public, not watch it on television, and the speaker needed to speak for a minimum of 15 minutes. Some of you did the easy part of this, and you picked a speaker giving a sermon, and that was okay. One member of the class picked somebody that spoke a number of years ago. I'm not sure that's the greatest idea in the world because people actually do change in their format. I will tell you, in the case of the speaker that, let me check here and see, that Swedgen spoke, I don't think that Zig Ziglar has changed his approach in years. I've heard him speak in the same kind of forum that you went to hear him speak. So I don't disagree with anything you said about him. I do wish that you would have picked someone that was speaking in today's terms, although I will agree that Zig Ziglar hasn't changed much over the years. It did show, I bet, Swedgen, that his editors do a very good job, because if he wrote like he spoke, he would not be a best-selling author. There weren't a lot of points available on this one, 40 points available, but 40 points are 40 points. Now, for your informative speech, you had 200 points available. It was to run 5 to 8 minutes. You needed an audience, and you needed to make sure that you turned in outlines with this speech in terms of what you had to do, and you needed a visual aid. I got to tell you, again, most of you that had problems fell down gloriously because you failed to observe the instructions. Please read the instructions. Let me give you another thing. I don't know if you do this, but the rubric that we use when we make the grades are all there, available to you to see, and it tells you the various things we're going to be looking for in each speech. And oftentimes, it would appear to me that some of you have never really paid any attention to that. When I talk to you about your speech results, I am speaking to you from the rubric that I use to grade the speech that you gave. So you want to pay very, very close attention to the instructions, and then obviously to what it is we're going to be looking for as you deliver the speech. Now, don't pay much attention to the bottom, because that talks about what did the speaker do effectively, what should the speaker pay special attention to next time, and some other things. That's not the key. The key is the stuff up above, which changes from speech to speech. One of the things that's in there every time, and again, we have people in the class who fail to observe it, and that is something that says under introduction, established credibility. Now, I've told you time and time again that you do not have to say, I have graduate degrees in nuclear science, and I have been working in the top nuclear science facilities in this country for the last 29 years. That obviously establishes some level of credibility, but the most important way to establish your credibility is to tell why you are the one giving this speech on this topic. And it can be as simple as saying, all my life I've been interested in this, or in high school I did this project, then in college I did this project. Those are things that establish some level of credibility for you in the topic that you're speaking about. That's crucial, and you want to make sure that you cover that. Now, something else I want to say to you is you heard me from day one talk about not leaving points on the table. So let's talk about the points that we have right now. In a kind of looking over the total points that people have, the range of the people that are seriously involved in this class goes from about 375 points all the way up to 440 points, 447 points. There are 430 points left in this class. That means that if you got all of those points, you'd be clearly in the B range as a grade in this class. Now let me break down what those points are. You have 60 points left in discussion board. Remember what I said about reading the directions and doing that. You have one 20-point exam left. Most of you do fine on the exams. And you have 350 points left in the final two speeches, a 300-point speech and a 50-point speech. That's a total of 430 points. You also need to know that I am not the kind of person that doesn't look at grades and say, they're kind of going up. And so when you're going up, I will have a tendency to reward that. So if you're doing okay and you're right at the borderline between a B and an A, I might look to see what you had done attendance-wise, discussion board-wise, see what your grades were doing as you went through the speeches. Did you improve or did you go down? Those kinds of things. And then take a look at it and say, okay, I'm going to reward that by raising this grade to the next grade level. Again, if you have any questions about anything that's going on in this class, please call me in my office. I do not get a big kick out of writing, and as a result, I teach speech, so as a result, I kind of like to talk. And if you will call me, we can go over things. I wouldn't say that anyone that has been attending with regularity, doing the work, following the directions, is in grave danger of not passing this class. There will be some C's, there will be some B's, and there will probably be a couple of A's. So we'll see how that all works out. Again, if you have any questions, give me a call. We'll be happy to talk about it. We're going to take a break on this version, and then we're going to start talking about the grades on the last speeches. One in particular member of this class just did about as well as you could possibly do for reasons you may not suspect, but if you've been listening to what I said, you will be very surprised about what one person in this class did to really drive home maximum number of points on the speech. Okay, we'll pick that up in our next tape.